This Sunday, for the NATO High Military Command, began with the terrible news that completely spoiled the mood of the Western military. So, the colonel of the Russian army and the head of the press center of the grouping under the designation West Sergey Zybinsky, officially stated that a Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance group consisting of 40 people and 6 armored vehicles was discovered and destroyed in a wooded area, Popov Les. This news shocked not only pro-Ukrainian bloggers and analysts, but also the Western military. The fact is that the so-called wooded area Popov Les is located just 1 kilometer away from the strategically important settlement of Novoselovskoye. According to information received from war correspondents, Russian troops have already broken into the village and are currently fighting for the center of this settlement. This information was also confirmed by many Ukrainian bloggers. In particular, they claim that the armed forces of Ukraine are trying, by all means, to prevent the surrender of this settlement by clinging to every street and house. If the Russians manage to seize this settlement, then they will reach the Oskol River, creating ideal conditions for an attack on the cities of Krasny Liman and Kupiansk, simultaneously from 2 directions. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the Ukrainian military command has already begun to send the most combat-ready units of the armed forces of Ukraine from the Zaporizhia direction to the Kupiansk-Krasny Liman section, in order to prevent the breakthrough of the Russian army in the direction of these strategically important cities. Meanwhile, war correspondent Andrei Rudenko said that the strategically important settlement of Novoselovskoye is already under the control of Russian troops. According to him, this village was practically pulled down from the ground. But this settlement is very important from the point of view of a springboard for an attack on cities such as Kupiansk and Krasny Liman. According to military experts, the successes of Russian troops in this direction are very annoying to NATO and the Kiev authorities. The loss of the settlement of Novoselovskoye will be a disaster for Kiev, since the entire railway artery of the region is also being siphoned in this area, which will allow the Russians to carry out an unhindered supply of their advancing troops to the cities of Kupiansk and Krasny Liman. It is reported that Kiev has made it clear to General Sersky that he personally will bear all responsibility in case of loss of Novoselovskoye. The tactical successes of the Russian army in this direction were also forced to be confirmed by American experts. In particular, according to military experts, the destruction of the Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance group just 1 kilometer from the village of Novoselovskoye indicates that Kiev began transferring combat-ready units from the 34th Separate Mortar Brigade, located in the Zaporizhia direction, in early July. The fact that the Ukrainian High Military Command is forced to transfer combat-ready units from the Zaporizhia direction to the Donbass indicates that the Ukrainian army is now suffering from a shortage of not only heavy weapons and shells, but also manpower. Meanwhile, on the Donbass front, Ukrainian soldiers began to complain about the increased power of Russian artillery, which, according to them, works non-stop, killing dozens of soldiers of the Ukrainian army every day. My friends, if a way out of this difficult situation is not found at the NATO summit, then at this rate, the Kiev authorities could be left without an army by the end of 2023.